All right, Invincible preview. Let's go. The new 3-on-3 fighter. Come on.
Let's just skip to the part where we fight. How's a
Let's throw them
concussion
hands.
sound?
Some
Adam E.
things
ready to
just
tussle.
feel right. When I first laid eyes on Invincible Versus, my
Yes,
thoughts
sir.
were something along the lines of, yeah, that makes sense. If you were going to choose a comic book to adopt into a fighting game, you could do a lot worse than Robert Kirkman's magnum opus. It's got everything you need for a tag fighter. Bone-crunching hits, a big cast to draw from, a cool art style, plenty of unique superpowers that can easily be converted into special moves, the works. But Invincible Versus has a secret weapon too. Its developer, Quarter Up. That
Okay,
name
Quarter
might
Up.
not be familiar to you yet. They're a new studio, but they're anything but rookies.
Your number's up.
Let's get
Several
it.
members of the 40-plus person development team played a core role in the development of 2013's Killer Instinct, and you can feel that influence. Seeing
Yeah.
Invincible Versus is
I was
one thing,
sorry to pause.
but when I sat down,
Sorry to pause it so quick, but yeah, it gives me like Killer Instinct combined with Marvel vs. Capcom 3 vibes. Just the movement and how the combos work. That's the vibe it's giving me thus far. And from what I've seen from the reveal trailer at the, what was it, Xbox or the PlayStation showcase? One of them showcases that just happened.
to play it and speak with members of the team, I knew I was among fellow sickos. And I mean that in the most complimentary way.
Yes, sir. This is going to go hard, I ain't going to lie.
One of the problems with previewing a fighting game is that you never have enough time with it to really dig into its systems.
Yeah, it's a really
This
wild
is an
out.
incredibly complex genre. Every time you sit down with a new fighting game, it's a new experience. Some of it's like riding a bike. Hold back to block, your assist button will also tag if you hold it, that sort of thing. But a lot of it is new. You gotta learn your button layout. You gotta figure out how combos work, what kind of defensive systems you have, what your special moves do, all kinds of stuff. If I had my way, I would have spent hours in Invincible Versus' training mode just tinkering with teams and
Just
learning how
labbing,
things
just
work.
get in the lab,
As it
go
was,
crazy.
I only had about an hour, but even with such limited time, I left feeling like I knew what Invincible Versus was by the time I put my fight stick down.
Tell Angstrom he can kiss my ass.
Let's get the elephant in the room out of the way. Invincible Versus is still very, very early in development. It absolutely nails the look and general vibe of the show, mostly because Quarter Up is working directly with the folks who made it. There's still
As
a
they
lot
should.
left to do. The build I played didn't have proper lip syncing yet, for instance. But if you're worried about whether this will honor the source material, don't be. Invincible is a brutal, bloody, often shocking story, and that's reflected in how the characters interact on screen. If you're the one dishing out the hurt, your character will quite literally get blood on their hands. It just isn't theirs. Meanwhile, if you're the one getting hit, it'll be obvious. If you've been
bloodied up.
blocking with your face, the bruises will make sure everyone knows it. That pristine costume will look like you've lost a fight with a lawnmower. The rest of you will resemble a prize fighter who just went 12 rounds with a heavyweight. Or just Mark himself after he's been fighting his dad. Invincible Versus is far from the first fighting game to do real-time battle damage, but it looks great. And I appreciated how I could tell who was winning without looking at the health gauge at the top of the screen. And
Right.
that it matched the show's visual language.
That's a nice touch because you not only are you sticking to the source material, but you get a visual cue of if you're getting your ass beat, because sometimes you don't always have time to look up at your health meter, look and shit like that. So you could just look at your character and see, oh, he's folding me right now. Let me get active, or let me tag out. Because when I remember when I was playing Dragon Ball Fighter Z, right, or Fighters, whatever it's called, I was playing online. I'm going back and forth, I'm going online. Next thing you know, my man's telling me, yo, tag out. Because I was getting my ass beat. I thought I was going blow for blow, but I was really getting my ass beat. So it's good to see a visual representation of that. I know, obviously, he said this is not the first game to do it. We know that. There's other games that have done that, but it's a good touch. It's a good touch. And for the game, and just in general, for the game to look this good and be this early on in development, then imagine when it's finished.
There's a lot of blood here, folks. And hey, if you end a fight with the right special or super move, and we'll dig into the gameplay in a second, I promise, you can pop Adam Eve's head off or turn bulletproof into a series of limbs missing a torso.
Ooh-wee.
And
There's
it's not
dismemberment,
just the
too.
characters absorbing all this damage. The environments will feel the impact of these super-powered brawls too. There's less of a visible impact on the moon because, well, the moon is kind of empty. But in a city, you're gonna see buildings falling down, cars getting totaled, streets getting torn up, the works. Superheroes trying to kill each other generally doesn't go well for anyone or anything else in the immediate area. And hey, just because you start a brawl in a city street doesn't mean it'll end there. You can absolutely punch somebody so hard they break orbit or end up on another different stage.
Watch out!
That's so fire.
So the presentation stuff is pretty cool, but the appeal of any fighting game is the actual fighting.
The
I didn't have
sticks.
enough time to
The
really
sticks.
dig into Invincible versus core system, but a fighting game can't just have smart design choices backing it. Landing hits has to feel good too, and Invincible versus has that part down pat. In a lot of ways, it resembles the tag fighters of yesteryear, but there are some unique twists here. You've got your standard light, medium, and heavy attacks, as well as a light
you should.
auto combo for folks like me who were just starting out.
Okay.
Special moves are their own button, but Invincible Versus doesn't use motion inputs. You choose your special, kind of like you do in Super Smash Bros. Pick a direction and press that special button.
Oh, so I mean, so it's gonna be noob friendly. It's not a complex fighter with directional inputs, but it has a Smash style input. Now, Smash is a very respected franchise in the FGC. Like you see it at Evos and a bunch of fighting game competitions. So if it could achieve that level of I guess prestige would be the word. Like, if it could achieve that level of prestige with the controls or trust inside the community with the controls, then this game could definitely go far. I mean, not that I'm too concerned about that. I'm not an FGC guy. Like, a fighting game is a fighting game. I'm gonna play with my boys and play online anyway, so I'm cool with that. I'm cool with just pressing right and square to do a special move. I'm cool with that.
So the core gameplay is a lot like Marvel or Dragon Ball FighterZ. Lights go into mediums, which go into
And
heavies,
Fighter Z, that's another, kind of noob friendly fighter, but that has some respect in FGC because you can do the little auto combos, but you can only do the full combos if you know the directional input. I don't know if this will also have directional input or if this will only have the little quick, like square right, square up, square down, X down, X up for different moves. We'll see. We'll see.
Do things like switching between crouching and standing normals to spice things up and open up new routes. And Down and Heavy gets you a launcher for an air combo.
Ooh-wee!
You can also enhance your special moves for special properties and extra hits if you've got the meter. And bone crunching, human smushing, jaw removing supers for when you're ready to cash out. And see a slick animation that will leave your opponent getting literally scraped off the area floor. Plus, they're easy to do. Just press heavy and special at the same time and you're golden. Standard tag fighter stuff. But what makes Invincible Versus cool are the core systems. Some of them you've seen before. You've got a push block to get people off of you, snapbacks to bring a damaged backliner back in so you can keep pouring up the hurt, defensive saves
telling you,
where
Marvel
can bring
vs.
another
Capcom.
character to save the one getting comboed, assists for each character that isn't on the field. This is a tag team game after all. Ground bounces to set up interesting combo opportunities and the like. There are way too many options to dig into here. But if you're worried that the simplified control scheme means Invincible Versus might not have the juice, let me alleviate that concern for you right now. Once I got put into a high-low mix-up I block stunned by Bulletproof's Rekka, I knew this was a game for degenerates, which again, I saw as a compliment.
Indeed.
One thing I will dig into is how Invincible Versus determines combo length. As you hit your opponent, you'll see a meter build up. Fill it and your combo will end, because your opponent will fall out. This means that while basic combos in Invincible Versus aren't short, they're not as long as the ones you'll find in Marvel 3 or Dragon Ball FighterZ. You'll be out of that combo and back in the action, or dead, before your next birthday. But there is a way around that. Tag in one of your other characters and you'll reset part of that combo meter, allowing you to lay down additional smack. Getting the most out of your characters requires spending meter or cycling through your team. Neither of these concepts is new, but I appreciate what Quarter Up is doing to make Invincible Versus unique. I also like how different the characters feel. The build I played...
So that means you're going to have to really get creative to string together a bunch of combos because even the auto combo is not that long. Like the auto combo on like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is super long. Like you could just dead tap X on the Xbox controller for mad long, and you can follow that up, and it goes automatically into aerial to launch, and you can keep continuing in the air, hit your special in the air, like do like a move, like a downward move to slam them back down to the ground. It's crazy. Same thing with fighters. Like the auto combo is so long. So I like that the fact that in order to chain combos together, you really gotta think on your feet and not just slam together a bunch of just slam one button.
Only had 4 fighters to choose from, but Bulletproof and Thula quickly stood out to me, though neither Invincible nor Adam Eve felt bad. Part of the fun of a tag fighter is building a team that works for you. These characters already feel quite different from one another, and that's a good thing. Thula slicing you to pieces with her hair? Rad. Bulletproof calling you a cab? Iconic. The other thing I appreciate are the little touches, from the unique intro dialogue between the characters, this is becoming more and more rare in modern fighters, and the Dragon Ball Fighter style clashes when a new character comes in.
Fire.
These serve to reset the playing field and let you take a breath. But there's also more unique dialogue here too. I love stuff like this, and I'm happy Quarter Up has embraced it wholeheartedly.
Go ahead. Cry for your father again.
When I set my arcade stick down after about an hour with Invincible versus, I felt pretty good. Trying a new fighting game is a lot like driving a new car for the first time. You've got a general idea of what you're getting, but the devil is in the details. I left pretty pleased with my test drive. Quarter Up still has a lot of work to do, but I can't wait to kick Invincible versus tires for real when we see what she can do on the
Punch
track.
her head off. Get her out of
Fighting
here.
games are a tricky business, but it's also easy to tell when they're on the right track. Invincible versus has a killer team behind it, the tools and the resources they need to do the comic and the show justice, and a lot of good ideas. Let's
Thula
just
get
hope they
active.
can pull
Hold
off
on.
a superhero landing
She look
and
kinda hard.
look good doing it. For more, check out our previews of Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and Holston. And for everything else in
I gotta
gaming,
check that out.
keep it locked at IGN.
Ragebound.
I'm ending this!
Sure you can. That was cool, man. That was really cool. I'm excited for this game. Now, that was cool. I'm really excited for this game. So, what I'm waiting for with this game, I just want to see low tier guy play this shit, man. Cause I know he's going to rage. Every time he lose, I know he's gonna rage. Once he hear auto combo and smash controls, he's gonna get tight because he gets folded in those games. I'm not gonna lie. But this game looks cool. 3v3 fighter. It kind of feels like Killer Instinct mixed with Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Well, not feels like it, just looks like it, and it kind of, from the combos and things of that nature. I'm really looking forward to this one. I know he mentioned the damage that you get, so you could physically see how much you're getting beat up. I like how when you finish the combo, or if you finish an opponent's life bar, you knock off parts of their limbs and stuff like that. The ultra attacks look fire. And he said this is a very early build of the game, so I'm excited to see how this game looks moving forward, for sure. So, yeah, this is looking cool. I'm gonna definitely keep my eye on this one. So you already know the vibe. So y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments, right? So you already know the vibes. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's your boy JusticeXFalls, and we out. One.